Welcome to another tutorial by Longhorn Physics. In this tutorial we're going to talk about using a simple machine to calculate the work and efficiency of a simple machine. So let's start with a question and we'll add to it because we're going to need some more data, and we'll go over the equation for work and efficiency. So what is the efficiency of using a 5-meter board to get a 200 Newton box on the back of a truck? Alright, so first thing we're going to need to know is what is the equation for efficiency, and see how work applies to that equation. So let's set up our problem a little bit better and uh, show all the data and the equation. We're going to need actually a couple of equations to figure out the efficiency. So our box is 200 newtons, so that's our force here. And so again, let's say it's just too heavy to lift, so we're going to use a simple machine, like in this case a board, which is an inclined plane, to make it require less force to get it up there. It should be easier to slide it up the ramp instead of trying to just lift the 200 Newton box. So we also are going to assume that the height here is one meter straight up. So to figure out the efficiency, it's your work out, which is the output you get from using this simple machine, divided by the work in, which is the work it takes to push the box up the inclined plane. Should note that your work output is always going to be less than your work input. And let's go over the equations and the units here. So work, first we'll have to figure out the work, and your work is the force of the object, which in this case the weight of the object times the distance you move it, and distance is always meters in physics, newtons for force, and work is joules. And then efficiencies, you're going to take your ratio of your work output and input and multiply by 100. So efficiency is given in percent. Alright, so let's finish off our efficiency calculation. So we have our work input, which would be the 50 newtons times the distance you move it, which would be 250 joules. And then your work output is what we get when we multiply the 200 times the 1. So here's our work output, here's our work input, and then we put it into the equation now. So we got 200 divided by 250. Now so far everything looks good because we know our work output should be less than the work input. And if I multiply that by 100, we end up with the ratio here would give you 0.8 times 100, which means this simple machine here, if we use an inclined plane to use less force to get the object up into the truck, would give us about an 80% efficiency. All the tutorials by Longhorn Physics are available in some kind of book format at starstudyguide.com. It's STAAR, studyguide.com. There's books for worksheets, very interactive. For example, this Physics 101, a lot of worksheets where you have to go through and practice all the units and know the terminology, and then you finally get some practice problems, and it follows with a mini quiz. There's quite a few different types of physics books available at that website. If you feel that help you better, available in Kindle and by Amazon.